Oh man, I love this game. God, this match is intense and I can't wait to see which of us is the victor and the better player. I'm so glad this game has great multiplayer. Oh god dang, there can be so many reasons for continuously playing a game, whether that be the awesome rewards, the feeling of victory, or even just the hope of getting better. But sometimes there is only so much that a single player game can do. After a while, there's going to be an end to the quests or stories. Except in Skyrim, there's no end sight for this game. God, it was just announced again at E3. What even is this? One way that game developers increase the lifetime of a game is through one simple addition: multiplayer. It isn't always needed, but god, it sure does lengthen the amount of playtime for a player. And multiplayer games are usually the cause of hours up at night, because with multiplayer games, there's always some reason to keep playing, or not playing. I mean, come on! Constant work to get better gives many games the draw that they need in order to maintain their audience. Take Call of Duty, for example. There's only one reason that people play the game nowadays. Yes, it's the absolutely amazing single player that makes you care and love the characters that you get to know over the 7 hours that you're with. Just freaking kidding! It's the fast-paced, no-holds-barred intensity that the player versus player. The quick-paced nature of the multiplayer is one that tends to get mentioned a lot because of just how freaking fun it is. I mean, yes, even I can admit that Call of Duty multiplayer is just plain stupid fun. And that's how Call of Duty has sold over 252 bazillion copies. But the reason I mention all of this is because of one simple reason. Without Destiny's multiplayer, the amount of people who would have stuck around with Destiny would have been non-existent. Countless runs through trials, late-night raid sessions, and even a no-reason dance session that kept Destiny going strong. The sense of strong community made Destiny unique, in the fact that its fanbase loved to play with other players. Was Destiny 2 able to pull this off, and is Destiny 2's player versus player improved because of it? Let's find out. My name is Jawunleashed, and today I'm going to be analyzing the player versus player and multiplayer side of Destiny 2. I love Destiny 1's multiplayer. Let me get that out of the way, okay? I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a lot of chaotic fun that had a great variety in game modes and offered players something extra past the single-player content. But god, it was unbalanced and truly a mess when it came to connection between players. There would always be at least one player who would ruin a match if their connection wasn't stable enough. That sucked, because when the game would get competitive, there would be a real intensity in the match. It was awesome and it was fun, but it had its issues. But now Bungie is releasing Destiny 2, and I have hopes that they acknowledge and fix the troubles that were plaguing the multiplayer. So let's go ahead and hop into the thick of it by talking about the competitive multiplayer. When I hopped into Destiny's PvP, I was pleasantly surprised, actually. I noticed that Bungie had addressed a lot of the issues that the game had previously been getting hurt by. Now, there's really 4 points to this section, so let's start with number 1, the connection. Laggers freaking suck. They really do. They suck and they deserve to die. Whoa. Hold on, Josh. Bring it back. Good boy. I'm not the biggest fan of laggers because they could make a game basically unplayable. But sometimes it's not their fault. Sometimes their internet sucks, and other times it's the freaking game servers. And when games rely on a peer-to-peer setup that makes one player the host of the game, let's just say it's a terrible idea. Too many games are starting to rely on this instead of creating dedicated servers, which I hoped Bungie would embrace. But let's just say that they did do that. Bungie announced in May 2017 that they were going to be using a different method. I don't freaking know how to explain it, but I do know one thing. It's not a freaking dedicated server. Come on, Bungie. I know it can be expensive, but if you want to give players the best experience while playing your game, you're going to need to give them a good platform and a way of playing. The peer-to-peer system that Destiny 1 used was clearly not the way the game, make that any online game, should be played. There was a clear use of exploit from some other players, lag switchers, and going into Destiny 2, you don't want your fan base to be all like, are you serious? I have to play with lag switchers again? I'm going to have to go to play Halo 2, the worst game of all time. No, you don't want that, Bungie. You don't want to hear or see your fans playing Halo 2. No. You want your fans to play your online game because it's stable, fun, and full of awesomeness. Now, I didn't actually run into any issues while playing the online game or while matchmaking. The games ran smoothly, and I saw no indication that people were purposely lagging or even lagging in general. It was awesome to see such a stable beta. It all seemed relatively stable on my end. Oh, come on! Who knows? Maybe Bungie's new system will end up giving us an actually stable connection. Truthfully, in order to get a good understanding of how to work out, we'll basically have to play on release date. If we buy the game. Number 2, the rewards. Nothing like sweet glorious loot after a hard day's game. killed so many people, I captured so many points, and I even assisted a good amount. Man, I hope I get some good rewards. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my god. Don't even get me started on Destiny 1's terrible RNG prizes at the end of the game. Oh, it was terrible. And it led to so many great little explosions of balled up emotions. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty then. But going into Destiny 2, I didn't want these kinds of situations to happen. In fact, going into the beta, I was excited to see how Bungie had addressed it. And they did address it. I guess? I mean, the reward loot system in the previous game was completely done away with. No more knowing what everyone got, I guess. While this doesn't directly affect what people get, it does do away with some of the rage, I guess. But from what I can tell, Bungie is doing more of a, here, take rewards, get out kind of mentality. I like that, honestly. It keeps all of the anticipation away from the loading of the end screen to the direct connection to the end of the match. As soon as the match hits, wham! You get your reward. It's quick, easy, it makes for a better, more streamlined process. I like that, Bungie. Now, given the fact that this was a beta, I'm sure the rewards were scaled up to give us better weapons to enjoy. But I hope that Bungie does take in the performance of a player when giving rewards, because being at the top of the list should entitle you to better loot. I mean, that's how every system in life works. Better performance? Here, take a bonus home with you. Better performance? Enjoy your new teddy bear. Better performance? You'll get more action and back. Make sure that the rewards fit the player's performance, Bungie. That's all I'm asking. That's one thing that upset a lot of people in Destiny 1. And Bungie, if you don't listen, you will have a lot of angry fans on your doorstep playing Ding Dong Throw a Brick Through Your Window. Number 3, the balance. Let me go ahead and get an angelic choir in the background, please. You remember that little move where you'd shoot someone and punch them and it would usually finish them off? Well, that crap is freaking gone. Yep, Bungie has finally been able to address the one move that was annoying to get handed to you. Sure, it was a dream to use, but on the receiving end, the melee in Destiny 2 feels more as it should be. A last-minute ditch effort to kill someone. I mean, let's say in real life, a soldier's punch wouldn't be able to kill someone compared to a freaking gunshot to the face. And here in Destiny 2's multiplayer, the melee feels great and balanced. The gameplay also feels really good, even though the weapons are really tame at the moment. Yeah, no, they're saving the good guns for the full release, and they obviously gave us the worst exotic guns first. Oh yeah, I said it. Freaking 1v1 me. Oh wait, you can't yet because Bungie's not releasing private matches at launch. But seriously, Bungie paid very close attention to the balancing in this game. From what we have seen so far, not one character feels too overpowered. Warlock. This time around, and that's a great thing to see from the game. This truly feels like Bungie is moving Destiny 2 into a well-balanced, well-crafted battlefield. If they keep moving in this direction, where everything fits together well, we should have ourselves an enjoyable time. Number 4, the fun! All of what I've been talking about so far has been about really the technical side of Destiny 2's multiplayer, but none of that is important if the fun factor isn't there. After playing a match of a multiplayer game, you can usually tell right away if it's enjoyable because, I mean, if you don't enjoy one match of a game, how the heck are you going to be able to spend hours upon hours playing it to get better? There's no way anyone in the world will spend their precious metal skipping time on something they don't enjoy. Well, except YouTubers. Just kidding, you're all alright. All alright? I mean, I feel like I should give them something more. Like an I love you or something. No? Is Tueler in a business relationship? Alright, I guess. I'm kind of hoping things aren't moving too fast either. But after each match of Destiny 2's multiplayer, I legitimately wanted to get back out there. Whether or not I won or lost the match had nothing to do with it, because I enjoyed it. I thoroughly was having fun with the game, and that's awesome. I mean, it shouldn't come as a huge surprise, because I did crank a lot of hours into the Crucible in Destiny 1, but the fact that the game made me want to go play more and more matches even after a loss is showing of a good, fun game. If a game can make you want to play even after getting your butt handed to you, then that basically shows that A, the game is fun enough to bypass your own suckage, or B, you're basically a salty sack of sand that wants to prove the haters wrong. Whichever it is, you're going to go back out there and play again. And in the end, that's all that really matters. Because the game can be technically sound, have the greatest graphics and the greatest rewards, but without the fun, there's no true real reason to keep playing. Whew! Now, I've tossed a lot of information at you in this video, and I'm not really sorry, but you know, But now it's time to make a judgment call on Destiny 2's multiplayer section. Has Bungie shown clear improvements in the future of the multiplayer? Has Bungie been listening to us? Well, think about it. The game appears to be balanced, the rewards are probably going to be a lot less ragey, and the fun of the game is, for me at least, at an all-time high. Sure, the network side of the game had me a bit worried, but without question, I'm going to give Destiny 2's multiplayer section a rating of Destiny 2, because it has shown a lot of clear improvement. I am happy about that. So that's that on Destiny 2's multiplayer, and that's the last specific section that I'm going to be talking about in this series. But yeah, there's a but, and it's a big but. Might as well call this a thick but. But there's one final section of Destiny 2 or 2 remaining, and that's the final conclusion. A final video wrapping all of these things that we have analyzed together to find out if Destiny 2 is worth purchasing. It's going to be awesome, I know it. I'm excited to take a look at all of these sections and make a final educated recommendation on what we should do as potential consumers for Bungie. How will it all go down? Find out next Friday on the final edition of Destiny 2 or 2. Remember, if you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to leave a comment about what you thought about this analysis. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome videos coming every weekday. Thanks again, everybody. This is Jawunleashed, signing off.